It is in the interest of your interest to know how your income is being taxed. I am Gbenga Olatunji, welcoming you to GJAMES channel. We want to look at how to compute Payee Tax, which falls under the category of personal income tax actually. So having said that, these are the things that we will be looking at. Who actually should pay tax will be answered in this video. How to determine chargeable income we are going to know, and what the rates will be, the scale in which we are taxed, and last but not the least, we are going to calculate in this video on how to pay and compute your tax, especially Payee Tax. We are welcoming you. If you are yet to subscribe, please smash the subscribe button and like and comment. Please let us know you. So when we are talking about pay as you earn system, who are to pay tax is the first question to pay tax, and they are individuals, trustee, executives, and executors, and employees of businesses or organizations, people in employment. They are chargeable under pay as you earn tax system. Having said that, residence is important when we are talking about payee. You have to be fully working in Nigeria, you have to be employed here, and also your employer has a fixed base in Nigeria. Actually, expatriate tax is an exception to the rule or brings complexity to the table, and we are not going to be looking at that under this video. We are going to looking at it in another video. Having said that, the second question posed is how to determine chargeable income. So we ask ourselves, what is chargeable income? Chargeable income is the income that could be taxed, that you have, that at the end of the day could be taxed. So employment income, we are going to subtract your non-taxable income from it. Some people will have non-taxable income, and we are going to see what they are. Income also on which no further tax is payable, and tax exempt. After we've removed this or minus them, we are going to have your chargeable income. So income that are not taxable, part of them is your statutory allowance and relief. And please, this slide is very important to understanding the calculation we are going to be having later on now in this video. Premium you've paid maybe prior year, especially when it concerns your life insurance and that of your spouse only, will not be taxed. Also, if you have a pension fund and you contribute to it, of course, it's mandatory for the employer to do. If you have national health insurance scheme and you are under national housing fund, you will be granted exception. And by that, we mean that those income will not be taxed. They will be reduced before the tax rate will be applied. Last but not the least, that you need to pay attention to, whether as a student, whether as an employee, employer, and people that are earning income. Consolidated Relief Allowance, or CRA. Now, unlike before that, dependent allowance, wife allowance, husband allowance, just name it, they do not exist anymore. Everything has been consolidated, and you have, first of all, 200,000 to yourself, or 1% of your annual gross income. But usually, because 1% is a bit very small, 100,000 is more or less like constant in any payroll system, because hardly will you have a figure that will give you 1% and will be higher than 200. Is possible. That may might be very big, you know that. Then your 200,000 or 1% of your annual plus 20% of your gross income is given to you as your statutory allowance and relief. It will not be taxed. So we've made note of the definition of gross income to be your gross emolument minus the statutory reliefs which we've mentioned. Most likely we are going to come back to that slide anyway. Then, having said that, your tax rates, the rates we use is graduating rates and progressive rates here. And having said that, the higher you earn, the higher you are going to pay. Maybe I should come again slowly. The higher you earn, the higher you are going to pay. So that is why I said in the first place, it is in your interest to know how your income is being taxed. After now, we are going to go into calculation. See this graduating, as it's graduating, can you see it? We need to understand one thing, that it looks confusing, but it's not confusing at all. We are going to calculate it. It starts from 7 and it scales actually upward. Having said that, let us go into the calculation. So this is our tax board, which we are going to use in computation. So now let us have our monthly figure. Let's say you are earning a salary of around, let's say 700,000. So your monthly now, we want to calculate now. Your monthly equals 700, right? Are we together? Okay. So this is your monthly. Now, to determine your tax, first of all, we have to analyze it. So how much are you going to earn per annum? It will be 8.4 if you calculate it right. So your annual salary will be equals to 8.4. Okay. Having determined your annual now, the first thing we want to know is to calculate. Let us calculate your statutory annual relief now. Your statutory annual relief. So don't forget that we made mention of some key statutory relief. We talk about national health insurance, we talk about national housing fund, your pension fund, and CRA, consolidated relief allowance. So you have your 800 to yourself now.